Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, At Home with Willowberry. Or if you're new, welcome. But where have you been? I'm so happy to see you here. My name is Valerie, and in today's video, I thought I'd share a day of cozy homemaking motivation here in my 1975 double-wide mobile home fixer-upper. There's cooking and cleaning and plenty of fall scenery here in the beautiful Virginia mountains. So if you're interested in what a typical day looks like around here, then I hope you'll stick around and enjoy the video. Well, how are you all doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in this big old world of ours. We just got back from a quick trip down to North Carolina to visit family for a couple of days, and we decided to have an early Thanksgiving feast while we were down there. Tim deep-fried 2 delicious turkeys, and my sister and I made several favorite side dishes, such as stuffing, green bean casseroles, and mashed potatoes. We had pecan pie and apple pie for dessert, and man, were our bellies full. It was so nice to spend some time with family, but now we're back home and back to our daily routines. Today, I'm just straightening up around the house, cleaning the kitchen, and then I make a simple dinner for my family. So if you're ready, let's just get into the video. To get this day started, I'm going to go ahead and make the bed and straighten up our bedroom. I don't always make my bed, but I definitely feel better on the days that I do, like I've accomplished something for the day. I tell you what, homemaking doesn't look the same at the moment since we're in the middle of renovations. The house is torn apart and there's boxes everywhere. But I've done my best to try to make our home as comfy and cozy as possible while we're living in a construction zone. The house was starting to get a little messy, especially the kitchen. So today is as good a day as any to take care of a few household chores. After I finish here in the bedroom, then I'll go straighten up the living room and front porch, and then I need to deep clean the kitchen. Later this evening, I'll finish the day out with my typical dinner routine, from preparing supper to closing down the kitchen for the night. I've got over an hour of homemaking motivation to share with you all, so sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show. It's early November here in the Virginia mountains, and although it's turning out to be a beautiful fall day, I can tell winter is creeping in on us. I brought my houseplants inside out of the cold a few weeks ago. Well, we finally had our first frost last night, and although my houseplants were safe and sound inside, all the fall flowers that I had bought to decorate the front porch didn't make it. Well, I can't blame it all on the frost. I may have forgotten to water them one too many times, and some were already dying before the frost hit last night. So needless to say, my fall display is looking a little sad. I'm going to go ahead and toss out all the dead flowers and straighten up what's left of the fall decorations. It's all good though. I'm actually ready to start decorating for Christmas, but I'm going to make myself wait until at least the day after Thanksgiving. Alright, well, let's go clean up the porch. Alright y'all, the front porch is nice and clean, so now I'm ready to head inside and tackle the mess in the kitchen. I made homemade pizzas for lunch, so I have a sink full of dishes waiting on me. I also need to clean off the stove and sweep and mop the floor. The kitchen really is the heart of the home, and I can't wait till we're able to start our kitchen renovation. Hopefully we'll be able to get it started sooner than later, but in the meantime, we're getting by in this old kitchen. We have all the modern conveniences that we need. It's just really outdated and it needs a better layout. Right now, as far as renovations go, we're still on track for the drywall to be installed next week. Everything else is kind of on hold for now while we wait on the drywall. But once it is installed, then we'll be able to start painting and lay the flooring, which I hope will be completed by the first of the year. But then we need to decide which rooms we'll start the renovations in next. I would love for it to be the kitchen, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right, let's go clean up this old kitchen. I usually have a little routine when I clean up the kitchen. I like to clean the stove first, and then I clear off the counters and wipe them down with Lysol. Next, I'll wash the dishes, and then I sweep and mop the floor. I usually finish by taking out the garbage. Dishwashing always takes the longest, and it's my least favorite chore. It's so mind-numbing. So to make the chore go by just a little bit quicker, I usually play music, or I listen to a podcast or YouTube video in my earbud. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and get these dishes washed up, and I'm going to get started by washing the sink out with hot soapy water. Well, thank goodness there weren't that many dishes to wash, so it didn't take as long as usual. You know how I like to start out by washing the sink with hot soapy water? Well, I like to finish up by washing the sink out again with hot soapy water, and then I finish wiping down the counters where the dirty dishes were sitting. Lord knows I can't wait till we get a dishwasher. Hand washing dishes has literally become the bane of my existence. It's a never-ending chore, and there's constantly dishes sitting on the countertop or in the sink, especially since the majority of our meals are made here at home. Oh well, it is what it is. All I can do is cross my fingers and pray that Tim will find a way to include a dishwasher in our new kitchen renovation. All right, I'm almost finished here in the kitchen. I just need to go sweep and mop the floor. I'm really happy with the size of this kitchen, although I do wish it could be just a little bit bigger to allow room for a dining room table. So instead of a table, we plan on installing an island large enough for us to be able to sit around to eat our meals, at least until it's warm enough for us to sit outside again on the front porch. We are also hoping to be able to relocate the laundry room into another area of the house. The laundry room is currently located in the kitchen, but we'd like to move the laundry room into the master bathroom, and that way we can turn the current laundry room into a pantry for the kitchen. We have so many plans for this old mobile home, and it will all get done eventually, one project at a time. Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and finish mopping the floor and put away the clean dishes, because it's just about time to get dinner started. Nothing too fancy tonight. We're just having fried pork chops, mashed potatoes, and green bean casserole. It might not be fancy, but it sure is delicious. Well, hello, Milo. What are you doing, silly boy? You're meant to sleep inside the cat house. I don't want y'all to worry about Milo. I've gotten a lot of questions asking where he's going to be sleeping when it starts to get colder outside. I hope you all know that I could never make Milo sleep outside on cold nights. We've already started bringing him in at night. He doesn't stay very long. He really does prefer to be outside, but I imagine when the temperature really starts to drop that he will be staying inside for longer periods of time. But please don't worry, Milo is a happy cat. And there's Maxie, my other sweet boy. He's also a very happy boy. Look at that tail go. I think he's about to take off. It's dinner time, y'all. The boys have just gotten home from school and they're already asking, what's for dinner? I picked something super simple to make for dinner tonight. In fact, I think the hardest part will be peeling and cutting the potatoes for the mashed potatoes. We're having thin pork chops that I'll season with Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning rub, and then I'll fry them in a little olive oil. We're also having mashed potatoes and green bean casserole that I might accidentally leave in the oven just a little bit too long. It was a little on the crispy side, but it was still very good. All right, well, if you're ready, let's go ahead and get this dinner started. Once I finish cutting up the potatoes, I'll then rinse them in cold water. To cook the potatoes, I'll cover them in a pot with cold water and then bring them to a boil. It's going to end up taking forever for the potatoes to come to a boil tonight. At some point, I realized the burner isn't working properly and finally moved the pot to a new burner. Once I move the pot, the water starts to boil in no time flat. All right, well, once I get the potatoes started, then I'll prepare the green bean casserole. Green bean casserole is a delicious side dish and one of mine and Tim's favorites. I don't make it very often, usually just around the holidays. To make green bean casserole, I use 3 cans of cut green beans and 1 can of cream of mushroom soup mixed with a little milk and pepper, topped with French's crispy fried onions. Super simple to make, but oh so delicious. I'll bake the green bean casserole in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes before topping with the fried onions. After adding the onions, you'll put the casserole back into the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes or until the onions turn golden brown. My casserole passed the golden brown stage and went straight to dark brown, but that's okay. I prefer the onions on the crispy side. The casserole is in the oven and the potatoes are trying to come to a boil, so now I'm ready to get the pork chops started. I just realized editing Valerie made a mistake and said I was frying the pork chops in olive oil, but what I actually meant to say was I was frying the pork chops in lard. I normally do use olive oil, but I have this lard that I wanted to use up. So I'm going to go ahead and heat up a little bit of lard in a frying pan, and while the lard is melting, I'll go ahead and get the pork chops ready. I'll rinse the pork chops in cold water, and after drying them off, I'll season them with Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse Rub. Once the oil is ready, I'll then start frying up the pork chops. The first round of chops are almost finished cooking, but the potatoes haven't quite come to a boil yet. So since I have a few more minutes until it's time to pull the pork chops out of the pan, I thought I'd try to get a head start on cleaning up the kitchen by washing a few dishes. By the way, I've been meaning to let y'all know that Tim and I went out and opened a post office box. I've had several of you ask if we had one or if we were planning on getting one. Well, we finally got one, but please don't feel like you have to send us anything. I just know that some of you were wanting to know how to send us Christmas cards last year, but we didn't have anywhere for you to send them. Well, now we do. I'll leave the P.O. Box address down in the description box. Alright, well let me get back to the video. I'm going to make a pot of sweet tea, and I need to top off the green bean casserole with the crispy fried onions. Oh, and I need to figure out why those darn potatoes won't come to a boil. So I finally figured out that the back burner is not working properly, so I moved the pot of potatoes to the front burner, and now they're finally coming to a boil. The pork chops smell amazing. The green bean casserole is almost ready to come out of the oven, and the tea is finally finished brewing, so I'm going to go ahead and make a pitcher of sweet tea. I wanted to give y'all a little update on the gift giveaway that I'm planning for reaching over 22,000 subscribers here on my channel. I ordered everything I need to make the gifts that I'm planning to give away, and it all arrived yesterday. So I'll be filming that video this week. I will have 4 gifts to give away, and it will be open worldwide. I want everyone to have a chance to get in on my first ever giveaway, so stay tuned for my next video so you can see how to enter to win. Well, y'all, I got distracted and nearly burnt the green bean casserole. It's a little darker than I normally make it, but it will be all right. If they're hungry enough, they'll still eat it. And the potatoes are finally ready to be mashed. I'll season the potatoes with butter, milk, salt, and pepper. All right, well, I'm going to go smash the potatoes and pull this dinner together. I've got a house full of hungry boys who keep repeating the same question. When's dinner going to be ready? Soon, boys, real soon. Dinner's ready, y'all, and I can't wait to dig in. It looks and smells delicious. I usually plate up mine and Tim's dinner, but I let the boys serve themselves. All right, well, let me get these boys in here to eat. And just like that, dinner is over, y'all. It really was delicious. The pork chops were tender and full of flavor from the buttery steakhouse rub that I used. The potatoes were fluffy and buttery, and you'd never know that I overcooked the green bean casserole. It tasted great. The onions were just a little extra crunchy, that's all. All right, well, dinner might be over, but not the kitchen cleanup. I need to put away the leftovers and then wash the dinner dishes. The kitchen cleanup is almost finished for the day, y'all. I've cleaned off the stove and I've wiped down the counters. After I finish washing the dishes, I'll take out the garbage and then I'm going to call it a night. My bed is calling my name, so I'm going to turn in early. But first, one more load of dishes. At least for today, that is. We'll be right back at it tomorrow, that's for sure. Well, y'all, my job here is done for the day, so I'm going to go get a shower and relax a bit before heading off to bed. I sure hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in my next one. I hope y'all have a great week, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye, y'all.